stories making headlines in the international arena today. Wildfires rage on in Brazil. Blasts in Baghdad killed 3 and injured 13. And an unconfirmed number of people have been killed in a multiple car wreck.
Firefighters continue to struggle to contain raging wildfires throughout Brazil. Following weeks of dry weather, parched forests have erupted in flames. According to civil defense officials, rural areas in the country's northern and central regions have been hit worst. Dry winds in the north have fanned the flames, making the work of firefighters even more difficult. In the central state of Mato Grosso, over 100 homes, 25 sawmills and many crops were destroyed by fires this week. The small town of Maslendia was completely destroyed, leaving dozens of families homeless. Many have lost everything. Donations are being received in Maslendia to help dozens of families rebuild their lives. Except for sporadic rain in early September, much of the region is expected to remain dry. At least 3 people were killed and 13 others wounded in 2 separate attacks in Baghdad yesterday. In eastern Baghdad, a roadside bomb exploded, killing 2 people and wounding 10 others. In a separate attack, 3 roadside bombs exploded in quick succession, killing 1 person and wounding 3 in north-central Baghdad. Insurgents appear to be trying to take advantage of a vacuum as Iraqi politicians squabble over positions in the new government more than 5 months after an inconclusive March 7th election. Overall violence in Iraq has ebbed since the peak of the sectarian warfare in 2006-2007, but bombings and other attacks occur frequently. Washington plans to cut US troop numbers to about 50,000 by August 31st, the date for the formal end of combat operations. Iraqi authorities said the number of civilians who died in bombings and other attacks nearly doubled in July to 396 from 204 in June. As many as 20 people were killed yesterday after a runaway truck on its way to Lagos, Nigeria, crashed into several vehicles and caught fire. The accident took place in the morning on one of Nigeria's busiest roads. The brakes of the truck failed as it was coming down a slope, causing it to crash into dozens of vehicles waiting at a police checkpoint on the Lagos-Ibadan expressway. A firefighter in Lagos said the impact caused an explosion that instantly set fire to several vehicles. Other vehicles also crashed into the inferno as the drivers panicked and lost control. An official from the Lagos firefighting department said nearly 20 passengers on a commercial minibus, which the runaway truck smashed into, may have been killed and dozens of others were injured.
Moving on to some sports news now. India will be going into today's match against Sri Lanka hunting for victory in order to stay in contention in the tri-series also involving New Zealand. The match, which is the 3rd match of the series, will get underway at 2:30 p.m. at the Rangri Dambule International Stadium today. Now, the match against Sri Lanka will be crucial for India's hopes of staying alive in the tri-series, although an Indian victory will leave all 3 teams on a win each and the tri-series wide open. In more cricket news, the Coles Cricket Club and NCC recorded comprehensive wins in their respective Group A matches of the Under-23 Division 1 Youth Tournament yesterday. Playing at the Bloomfield Cricket Club grounds in Colombo, the home team, who began their innings on an overnight score of 48 for 1, were led on by overnight batsman Madhava Varnapura, who made 32 runs. With Indranil Sandalanka hammering 46 runs, Bloomfield declared their second innings on 168 for 9 in reply to NCC's first innings score of 246 all out. Chasing a target of 164 runs, Roshan Iluperima made a captain's knock of 52 not out, while Angelo Pereira belted an unbeaten 75 runs to lead NCC to a 6-wicket win. Earlier, batting first, Bloomfield were bundled out for 241 runs in their first innings. Meanwhile, over at the Coles Cricket Club grounds in Colombo, Deshan Dias and Kushal Janit Pereira batted steadily on after the home team began day 3 on an overnight second innings score of 86 for 1 against the Moratuwa Sports Club. Dias made 42 runs while Pereira contributed a valuable half-century as the team declared their second essay on 204 for 5. The Moratuwa Sports Club, who made 277 in their first innings, were bundled out for 184 runs in their second essay, with Prasanta Soisa top scoring with 81 runs. Rajiv Veerasinha was the pick of the bowlers for Coles, yielding 5 wickets for 46 runs to ensure his team clinched a massive 111-run win. Coles earlier made a first innings score of 368 runs after taking first lease of the wicket. The inaugural Youth Olympic Games began yesterday in Singapore with a spectacular ceremony, after which several sporting events got underway. Let's take a look at some of the highlights of the Games.
Then Tuck tried to go 3 kilos better with his.
The first medal of the Youth Olympic Games was secured by Kim Tuan Thach of Vietnam, who took gold in the men's 56 kg weightlifting category after lifting a total weight of 256 kilograms. Zi Zhuao of China took silver, while Armenia's Sumbat Magarian settled for bronze.
So the first men's gold medal at the Youth Olympic Games goes to Kim Tuan Thach of Vietnam, with Xie Jiawu of China claiming the silver and Sumbat Magarian the bronze.
The women's 48 kg weightlifting event saw China's Tiang Yuan taking gold after lifting a total weight of 190 kilograms, with Sirivimon Pragamokul of Thailand coming in second and Genesis Rodriguez of Venezuela finishing third.
7 kgs better than the nearest rival. It's Youth Olympic gold to China's Tiang Yuan.
Meanwhile, the International Convention Centre hosted the fencing events of the Youth Olympic Games. The men's individual sabre gold medal bout was won by South Korea's Song Jong-hun, while Italian Leonardo Affidi and Richard Hubers of Germany took silver and bronze respectively. Italy's Camilla Maccini took gold in the women's individual foil, with Russia's Victoria Alexieva finishing second and Dora Lubkovic of Hungary settling for third place.
With Russia's Victoria Alexieva taking silver and the Hungarian Dora Lubkovic getting the bronze.
And finally on sports, MotoGP champion Jorge Lorenzo won the Czech Grand Prix yesterday, his 7th victory of the season. The 23-year-old Spaniard, who started third on the grid on his Yamaha, took the lead on the first lap and led all the way to the checkered flag. Italy's Lori Capirossi and compatriot Andrea Dovizioso crashed out inside the opening 3 laps, with Dovizioso narrowly avoiding other riders in the middle of the track. He rejoined at the back but later retired. At the front, Jorge Lorenzo finished more than 5 seconds ahead of compatriot and championship rival Dani Pedrosa, who began on pole. Lorenzo now has a 77-point lead over Pedrosa. Australian Casey Stoner finished third on his Ducati, beating American Ben Spies into 4th. Italian world champion Valentino Rossi finished 5th, where he started the race. Well, that's a wrap from all of us here at the MTV News First Desk for the moment. But join us again at 1:55 for more of the very latest. You can also log on to our website, that's www.newsfirst.lk, for the very latest on the web. Have a great afternoon.